Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here. I'm going to try to do a real quick video talking about the league mechanic. I tried to do a breakdown video of this where I went through and kind of showed you everything. It turned out to be a 26-minute long video because there's kind of a lot of details going on with this particular league mechanic, but I'm going to cut a lot of that stuff down. We're trying to get this done relatively quickly. So basically the league mechanic is you are going to build yourself your own little map. And there is kind of a mini game that you want to do at the beginning here. It has to do basically with the paints that you acquire as you are going through and doing maps. So this is basically the play field here, and you have two types of paint. You have the one here that is like the has requirements style paint. You can say this place diagonal paint on monster cells here, and I have a certain number of ones here, and then we have the ones that we've found on the ground. And so our goal here is to put together combinations where we're able to fill up as much of this here while still hitting the rules on these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some monster paint in here, and we ideally want to level these up, by the way, to level 7, because that's at the point where you can start getting the new passives. So we're going to put some of this here, and then one more here. So the next thing happens is we get another paint objective thing here. It says place diagonal paint on gameplay cell, and then we'd have to potentially get 3 of them. Now diagonals are really good because it's a lot easier to hit the objective of hitting 3 of these, but if we look at what we have right now, it's going to be kind of difficult. Like I could put it here and get 1, 2, 3, and that's probably one of the few spots. Maybe here to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe we can do that there, but for the most part, like this is not necessarily super duper great. But let's just add some more stuff here. This will give you the options basically to either change stuff, add more effects, or the third option is basically to get rid of block spots or to throw it into the void. So we're going to add more color mixing effects here. Increase its own level by 1, or additionally increase the level of 2 random paints in the area of effect. I'm going to go with this one here. So I'm going to go and draw this on, if we put it here, we have 3 spots. Once again, if we put it here, we have a little bit less. I think that probably we're going to do this because we want to leave a spot open in here. So I'm going to put this here. Oh, and that leveled it up to 7. Let's go. That's exactly what we want to see. So 7 is kind of where you're kind of hitting the good spot. So next up, we have another diagonal. This one is objective for gameplay cells again. So we could potentially just put this here and then get our 3 done. So we can add additional color mixing effects. If we did spread, this would help us get rid of this potentially, which could be cool, but we're going to hopefully get the ability to also affect other spots as well. Additionally, increase the level of 2 random paints by 1. Additionally, increase the level of all paints that have the same contents of this item. So we're going to do the random again. We're going to put this right here. And another level 7. It's just that easy. So we're just going to put this down here. That's 2 and then 3. All right. So now we have adjacent monster cell. And this one is going to be scuffed because there's no place here where we can get adjacent. So what we're going to do here is we are going to add... Let's see what happens when we do spread. We might be able to just throw this in the trash and get another try here. Randomly represents all block cells. This can be placed on a void cell, but its effects will be lost. So I think we just put this here. I don't think this will raise up any of our nodes. We'll see what happens though. Oh, it actually does raise up the node in the range. I didn't even know that. So yeah. Huh. But it also forces us to complete the node. So that sucks. So this is the point here where you kind of like bricked the event because I don't have the ability to put 3 cells that work. And if I use this option here, it consumes the like resource that you use to level up in the mechanic to like to give you like more chances. So just gonna kind of fill out. But that's pretty much the goal of the whole thing here, is to fill up the map. And once you've kind of gotten to the point where you can't do any of the rules, you're gonna keep going. Now, one thing that I'm going to recommend here, by the way, is if you are using the pack spirit for the rainbow paint owl or any of the other ones, is go to auto switch settings and make sure that when opening a frozen canvas is your paint preset, so that this always gets activated when you're going to go do it. And then you just kind of go run the map. I'm not going to show that because it'll take a whole bunch of time, but it is just pretty easy to do. They're basically, I'm just going to go run it and we'll show you kind of like what the loot is from the 7s. I'm just going to pause the video. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so we finished up the canvas here. Just finished up the last rainbow one. We can kind of see what happens. Now, one thing to note, I couldn't figure out why my loot wasn't opening the first time I got to this. And some of them require you to press D to interact with them, and the loot will come spilling out like so. Now, we didn't get any passives off that particular one, but we did actually manage to get 2 passives from the other one. We got Howling Gale, Eye of the Gale, and Flame Slash Inverted Blaze. I don't know if these will sell or anything like that, but once you see up here in the top that you have received enough progress, you can claim your chest. This is like basically experience or materials to kind of like save the run. And then this helps you actually start the run. You just click leave map and then start over and you start collecting again. This allows you to select which version you want to go for. And so up here is like tier 8, for example. I'm not necessarily sure if I want to go for tier 8, but you can see it's more and more expensive as you go up. And I'm not really sure like what the different rewards are there. Now, as you're going down through here, you're eventually just going to like fill out everything. But stuff that I think that was pretty important to get was specifically Brilliant Snow gives you basically double the experience for the tree here. Pretty important. Getting Extreme Colors, also very important. This gives you the chance to get a max possible drop die. This one here, Color Investigation, increases your max possible drop level to 5. Makes it a lot easier to get 7s. This one makes it so that the ones that you're placing with the rules can also be 5. So that's pretty important. And then these 2 down here, this one makes it so you get more events. And this one makes it so you get more enemies. I personally prefer the enemies so far. Maybe the events will be better. I don't know. But just pick one or the other. Picking both of them, I'm pretty sure would cancel each other out. Just kind of just pushing it one way or the other. And then this Twin Colors one, also very good. And then the very bottom here, this lets you block out a certain like damage type of the, support skills, but we don't really know which ones are good yet. So I wouldn't really recommend doing this until we know like, oh man, fire is bad or something, or physical isn't desirable for most of them. And I'm sure we'll have an update video for that. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit with the mechanic. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are meeting the rules of whatever you're trying to place. If you can't meet the rules, you try to change it. And if you, have a potential to meet the rules and add even more, that's also good. And yeah, we'll be probably another update for this once we have maybe more information about the end game stuff of it. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty much how it looks all the way through. Thank you much guys for hanging out. We'll see you again soon.